Hello, YouTube. I couldn't figure out what to put as a background here, so you have hot trans ladies to look at because I typed in trans women and some of them were unfortunate looking, and that just happens. All women are beautiful, but some are more than others. uh, I wanted to talk about this because I think it's important, and the only reason I even talk about sex, dating, or being trans at all on here is because it's underrepresented in this community that I'm a part of. And I feel that no one else does what I do and is trans. And I think people have formed an opinion of trans people based on this tiny sliver of the population that fucking has a big yap and thinks certain ways and whatever. So, like, I'm making this channel what it is hopefully to support my efforts in homesteading and to spread my message of basically libertarianism. Go do what you want to do. And at the same time, show America and the world that not all trans women are stupid and not all trans women are whatever and not all trans women are whatever you expect them to be. I am me. I was me as a man and I'm me as a woman too. And fuck anyone who has an issue with that. And I don't know. Half of my thing with trans women is I like trans women. I'm kind of a lesbian and I tend to date them. And I don't know. If you're going to be a trans woman, be it. Be it publicly. Shout it. Whatever. Like, you might as well. People are going to treat you like a freak anyway. And when other trans women see you doing this, that turns them on a lot. So, like, as a lesbian, I hope to date well. Let's put it that way. And if I don't date girls, then it doesn't really matter. I'm talking to guys right now because, like, I don't know. I've had enough of women for a while. And I met a guy I like, and I don't know, we're talking about stuff. And the only thing that kills it with him is he's not into camping or cabins or any of that shit at all. And, like, that might kill the whole damn thing. But he is into, like, traveling the world and has money, so that might be interesting. If this goes that route, I'll be very surprised. But it's always a possibility, I guess. I say fuck it and go travel the world with some rich dude. But I don't know. Like, I don't know why the trans community is, like, full of mental cases. It is. And don't get me wrong, like, we're mental cases, but I mean, like, lefty weirdos that, like, paint their hair purple and have 18 billion piercings and obviously never got any attention from anyone, which, you know, I have a little bit of those issues too. Maybe that's why I do some of these videos. But, like, I'm not fucking gauging out my fucking lip and being like, mom and dad, look at me. Like, whatever the fuck that's about. I'm sorry. It's just maybe I'm of a different generation or something like that. I don't understand. I get liking tribal stuff, but there's some tribal piercings and shit that are culturally cool where they are that are just impractical in the United States from, like, a eating and living life perspective. And, like, I'm not into those, baby. um, what else? The other thing is, there are people watching this who are trans and are into guns and are just glad to see that there's someone else like them. I know because I was that way with Blair White. I was just glad to see someone that thought like me, that was like me. And like if that's you, then welcome here, honey. Like I think honestly, anyone who's trans, if they have a brain in their head at all, is probably attracted to outdoor living and being away from society because fuck society. Like no part of society really welcomes us. There's, the liberals that pretend to like us and the Republicans that pretend not to hate us. And I hate to say that, but like there's definitely some of like the right wing crowd that like they play nice because they have to play nice. If they had their druthers, they would rather stomp us into the ground and shoot us in the face. And like I know that because I've seen it. And like that's the thing I think a lot of people who watch this channel don't get about the right wing. In their little circle of a fucking gun community with Matt, things are one way. That's not how they are everywhere. And even in that circle with Matt, there's a whole bunch of fucking, you know, sick people hiding. Like, I don't think everyone is that way, but I think there's probably about a half a dozen to a dozen Mark Malones in hiding. And I don't know. If that's going to be out there, then I'm going to be vocal about who I am and what I do and how I live my life. And like, I'm trying to be an example to other trans women on how not to be hopelessly lost. Most trans women I know are hopelessly lost. And my advice to you, if you are hopelessly lost, either figure out some sort of way to make money on the internet, because that's a good way to go, or find a dude that likes you that has money. That's also a good way to go. But thanks to the porn industry, there's a lot of like weird straight dudes that have a lot of money that like trans women, and there's a lot of broke ass trans women. And if you can find the right situation, the right guy, you can make that work. And like that is a time tested, honored, and traditional method of making things work for women. And I think honestly, that's one of the things straight men like about trans women is honestly, if you just treat us like a girl and fuck us, we're happy. Like we don't ask for a lot in a world full of feminist shit. Like I think that's part of the appeal, to be honest. What I think is really funny is all the ones I date end up being super feministy, super lefty. Like the last one was a communist, but I'm crazy and I like crazy shit. And the sex after the arguments about politics and whether or not George Soros secretly controls the world was amazing. I don't know if it's like hate fucking or whatever. It was great, whatever it was. And like I'm just being me. Like I'm trying to put as much of myself out there as possible right now and see what sticks and see who likes what. And I'm going to keep doing more of what people like. And some of that's going to be the trans stuff because of my own agenda. And it's not, pushing the like I want to fucking turn your trans kids fucking sorry, I want to turn your kids trans. It's some portion of you watching this are trans and trying to figure out your own shit. And I think it helps to figure out your own shit when you see people that are doing this in a way that you can actually get your head around. And if you're right wing, there's not a lot of that. Like Blair White means a lot to me. I would really love to talk to her just on the phone, not even on a fucking show or anything like that. Uh, she's like my own personal hero or whatever. I love that she's getting into guns now, although I do feel like she's like stealing my thunder a little bit. So it's like, Fuck you, bitch. You know, I don't have that much. Fucking you and your pink AR-15 and your cutesy pictures. That's the other thing. Is like being a little bit of a lesbian. Fucking Blair White would work. she's too into men to date me though. I don't know. She's fucking hot as shit. I like brunettes, and I have a thing for cutesy. You know, anywhere between chubby, cute to skinny brunettes. I really like, and if you look at the pictures of my girlfriend Dakota, I think there's at least one of those on Discord. Uh, she's my taste in women. Like, look at Natalie Mars. You know who that is? I would type in Natalie Mars, but all the pictures that are going to come up are probably naked. So you can Google that on your own. I guess if anything, what I'm saying in this is be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Some people aren't going to like you for being yourself. Some people are going to want to kill you or fucking just hate your fucking guts for it. Doesn't fucking matter. Whoever's going to like you is going to like you. You're wasting your time if you're not being yourself. And myself happens to be a chick. And I'm really sorry that I hid that for so long on here. One of the first places I ever explored with having a female persona at all was on YouTube. And I am sad that I did not just do this channel as a trans channel then. I thought about it and I decided not to. Mainly because my grandfather was still alive and he was just a fucking piece of work. I'm gonna make more videos about him. I loved him, but he also had this like internalized homophobia that I'm guessing comes from the fact that he liked dicks or was afraid they were delicious, one or the other. And it's just sad to me. But anyway, I hope to make more videos on trans issues and topics that come up in the news and shit like that. Like I'm hoping to eventually do like topical videos on different news topics and stuff kind of like this, but like be facing the camera. I don't have a setup for that right now, and this is easy. And for now, and even maybe in the future while on the road, I'm going to do a lot of these. And I think there's a whole bunch of the people that watch this, listen to this, that are like on the road or something and just listen to the audio anyway. And the portion that doesn't do that seems to not really care whether it's me on camera or me talking over pictures. They would rather see cool stuff on a tabletop with me talking. And I'm going to try to do as much of that as possible, but it's just not realistic to do that at the moment. It's some bullshit. I need a better setup to do that too. And maybe I'll invest in that in the future, and then we'll do more tabletop videos, especially like as I start doing more stuff out on the land and whatever. There's going to be a lot of tabletop videos and handheld videos of different projects that I'm working on. And I'm not going to do anything fast. And like this is part of the thing I think a lot of people don't get about that. I'm going to make a video about more cabin stuff, but maybe we'll save this for that. But you shouldn't get in a hurry about anything. Do it right, do it well, you know. Have a good time. You know, if you're not having a good time, why do it at all? Thanks for watching.